Okay, this is your air handler, and these are typically wired in a couple different ways. I did a bunch of reading on your particular brand, and I also looked really hard at the wiring diagram because it didn't make a lot of sense to me what I was getting when I was taking my meter readings on this board. Everything else in the system looked good, and everything was pointing to this board because you got 240 volts going into that transformer, and you got 24 volts coming out the top. Both of those terminals end up going to this board here, and then coming out of that board are the wires that feed the thermostat downstairs, as well as the AC unit outside. And anyhow, everything else tested good, so I was kind of thinking there was something going on with that board. And normally when there is a float switch on these things, well, at least up north, there is a float inside here. This is your condensate drain. When the AC's on, condensate goes into a pan and comes out of here and drains, and it goes outside, somewhere outside the house. There is a float switch in here. It's a safety that will make it so the unit does not operate if it fills up with water. So if this gets clogged and the pan overflows, it ends up going down into this channel right here that's all the way around this thing. And the float switch is actually, the video got interrupted, but there's a float switch up in here. I don't know if you can see it, if my camera's looking at it because I'm holding it backwards. But anyway, this float switch actually breaks the connection to your thermostat downstairs. And I've seen them wired in so that your thermostat still lights up. And here we have the issue with you not having a thermostat with batteries, which kind of threw me because most of the ones I've worked on, the thermostats do have batteries, so they stay lit. Even though the line voltage, the 24 volt hardwire feed to the thermostat is being broken by this because that's full of water, that thermostat would light up. In any case, this is the problem. This I'm draining the water out of that right now. I got borrowed a couple of your Tupperware things, and I'm draining the water out of this emergency pan. It's full of water. I've already got it down to the point where this switch has closed and I have continuity through it again. So I was able to rewire it in the way it's supposed to be. I actually bypassed it to get your thermostat working just to make sure that I was on the right track. And that was the picture I sent you. But anyway, here's another thing. This is not properly installed. This right here should have a trap. Coming off of here, it should drop down and go over. In fact, behind this is a sticker that says, on that sticker, it says, do not operate unit without condensate trap. And there's instructions on how to install the trap on this drain in order for it to function properly and not back up into the pan. And somebody just hooked this up without even looking at that. Most of these, because of the negative pressure or positive pressure, depending on the type of case that's in here, whether it's going to blow air out or suck air in and cause a vacuum, they need a trap hooked up. So this needs to be reworked, and I can do this for you. Basically have to cut this, put a trap in, the trap will come down, I can extend this over here and cut this lower so that it connects lower than it is. But in any case, that's what's going on.